This year marks 50 years of Red Dragon, a celebration of heritage and the darts that define generations. Revisiting 6 classic designs, from humble beginnings to shaping the darts that still win world championships to this day.
A lot of memories. When I look at some of these darts, I'm trying to think back to when we sort of developed them. I'm going to try and start with the older one, I think.
Okay, let's go with the older. Golden Virgin 5, okay?
But this profile was extremely popular during that time, which is why when the question was asked, which darts do you want to sort of put back out there to celebrate the 50 years, I mean, this one had to be, because we've literally made tens and tens of thousands of this particular dart, but very much front-loaded, sort of style, sort of 3-finger grip throw.
This takes me back, you've got sort of, you know, your old school period, your Taylors, your John Lows, if people like that, you've got a little bit of sharp grip extra on the rear, which I quite like just behind that sort of bold point, but if that's front-weighted, that's going to sit up really nicely in the board like that.
You're throwing a 24 gram there. So
yeah, it's a little bit heavier than I'd throw, but what I actually like about this, I've got that tiny bit of sharp grip there that's holding quite nicely at that rear section. So like you say, those sort of Phil Taylor where you're holding just behind that point there, I'm still getting a little bit of purchase on there.
You can see the way they land, you can tell that the front loaded is sort of put a few degrees. The next one that came out, and the Hexaset, I say this was probably the first milled dart range on the market.
Okay.
So we wanted to move away from a purely machined, turned dart. Hexaset, so it's got sort of the 6 faces, a bit of a pencil grip. Everyone can hold a pencil.
I feel like this is a pencil.
And that's kind of, everyone knows how to hold a pencil, so you've got your natural grip and feel.
Yeah.
An absolute sort of classic, and like I say, this was first to market of this type of technology.
HB pencils, or was it? Extend, Mark, come on.
The grip, they're happy to release the dart, happy to draw back. And
do you know what, I don't know, it felt so weird, because obviously I've got all those different bits there. I was just like, right, I'm throwing something that's not a dart, it's a pencil, but a weighted pencil like a dart. So let me have a... I never judge my first three.
Good. That's good grouping.
Whatever that.
There's a difference. Nice. Did you find yourself holding it like a pencil then, or were you thinking of it like a dart? It's quite interesting.
The first throw, I held like a pencil, I think, as soon as it went into thing. Then I went, right, I'm throwing a dart. It took me one throw to kind of go, I know what I'm doing now.
I love these darts.
It feels a little bit more plump at that front section compared to the Golden Virgins.
That's because at the time that was my preference. This is a rear weighted, and then you've got your front weighted. What's unique about this one, which I think you'll have a job to find any other dart in the world probably, it's got a knurl on 2 different diameters. So that was pretty unique to us at the time.
Okay.
Normally, every time you see a knurl dart, it is done on a parallel barrel because that is the process. So there's a pretty unique process for us to put a knurl on 2 different diameters.
So that's saying effectively, because that's so thick, that's one level, and then that's a straighter barrel sort of bit at the back. So it's 2 loads.
Pretty unique process, and another front weighted dart, but this particular range, your 2 grip areas, and it's quite similar there, so you've still got a section, whereas this one is more rear weighted, you've still got a section of micro grip at the back.
Yeah.
And I think there were probably 4 different profiles in this range, but like massively popular.
I was going to say, back then, that's a lot of work that's going on there as well, so it was an advanced dart, I think, for its time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my fault there, but all I'm interested in is, are they sitting nicely? Do they feel balanced going through the air? Do they stick to my fingers too much? Are they slipping? So I'm going to try holding that front knurling as well, because
it's about sort of comfort in your hand, isn't it? You worry about the accuracy later. If you're comfortable throwing the dart, then you know you can work with it and improve.
Sometimes when you're holding from that front, it does feel a little bit too bulbous. Those released really nicely from my hand. I just held right in that front section, but so bizarre feeling like knurling at those different sort of thicknesses.
Like I said, that concept was pretty unique at the time.
Even?
Of course. I think that just highlights, I mean, when you get it, it's all down to the setup. And, do you know what I mean?
But I thought I was going to like those probably the least, but I feel like I've got lots of different areas to move for and find that sweet spot, but very good reference points on there as well.
probably the most challenging grip I've ever worked on. I mean, probably 2 years in development to try and these are actual sort of diamond grains. Each one is selected for its size and quality, for that uniqueness, and the amount of work that went into develop this coating to actually fuse it onto a tungsten dart barrel was like phenomenal, really.
Yeah.
And then actually to see this type of technology win world championships.
For me though,
Sometime.
this is always Peter Wright. He was just so good with them and they were so popular.
This was the original sort of element 6, which in the periodic table, I don't know if you know, but that's carbon, and carbon is diamond is pure carbon. So
Yeah.
that's where the naming came from. And
Guys, if you haven't tried Element Grip, I do recommend trying it. It does feel unlike anything else. Very coarse, doesn't rip your fingers or anything.
No.
It just sits there and goes, oh, that's really nice.
It's just kind of an anti-slip then, or you've got a nice solid level of grip. Still the only company in the world who's able to do that type of technology.
For me with this dart, it's like, look, you know, if you're a middle or front gripper and you like Element Grip, or you haven't tried and you're looking for something that's got consistency, this is such a nice coating. So
Well, parallel dart, classic weight. It's interesting all that. I would just landing a little bit flatter as well.
yeah, I think if I throw from the rear section, and I like my darts to sit upright, yeah. So some people like smooth, and if they like smooth, but they like to have a resting finger that has a little bit of support, that'll work well for them as well.
A little bit of a longer barrel to Andrew Gilden's dart.
Yeah, it is,
so
yeah.
It does give you a bit more room for different grip styles.
Some more on these. Out of all the rest, these ones I probably wouldn't get on with as much, but they're the ones I've gone straight back to.
Yeah.
I just like they sit up really nicely. They go through the air well, and they're quite straight and direct.
Yeah, they're solid for you.
Yeah. Well, there we go.